Hi,
Hey
everybody.
everybody.
And yes, I'm in my pajamas. Because I'm in Margaritaville, y'all.
Yay!
Whatever. Anyway, welcome to Collard Greens and Sushi, y'all. She is Kelsey. I am Melinda. Like I said, I'm in my pajamas, y'all.
Yeah. Did you have a
In
margarita today in Margaritaville?
Margaritaville, Jimmy Buffett. Oh.
Did you have a margarita today?
Kelsey, I did not have a margarita. And you
Well, I
know what?
think that is mandatory in Margaritaville, no?
You would think that. You would think
Mm-hmm.
that being in Margaritaville, I would have a margarita. Did I? No, I
Yeah.
didn't.
Oh.
Did I have a Bailey's on the rocks? Yes, I did.
Oh.
And did I immediately pass out? Yes, I did. Um, you know, working, y'all,
Yeah.
working.
Well, I mean, you deserved it. Otsukaresama deshita.
Uh,
You did your you did your work for the day,
I did.
and
I
it's
did.
gonna continue. Yeah.
Did my work for the day, flying like a crazy person. But that's because I'm going to Japan, y'all. I gotta have money for these kids. Gotta have
Yay.
gotta have money for these children to spend, y'all. So
Yep.
end
Yep.
of the month we're gonna do a nice little something for y'all, towards the end of the month since me and Kelsey will be back together.
Yay!
Y'all love it when
Hopefully
we
road trip time. Road
I
trip
know.
time.
Road
Yes,
trip time
yes.
be
I'm
good.
excited. I'm
Good.
excited. I'm excited. So in the meantime, you're just like working like a crazy person, I guess.
I am. I am. Thankfully, I praise the air gods. People have been nice. And here's the thing. I will say it all the time. Be nice to your flight crew. Don't get me
Yeah.
wrong. You do have people who should have retired. You do have people who really have no business being a flight attendant. But for the most part, I would say at least 85% of us, we really love our jobs. We really love what we do. Just be nice to us. Just be nice
Yeah.
to us. We get it. Some people, this is all you do. You fly all the time. You know the routines. You could probably say the safety demo yourself, but at the end of the day, just be nice. Don't
Yeah. Yeah. I
don't
definitely
be
agree with that.
like,
Being
please.
nice does go a long ways.
And it does. That's the thing. When you're nice to us, we're nice to you. I don't understand why that's a difficult concept for people to understand. If you are nice to us, we'll be nice to you. Now, if you're nice to us and then expect just to get the whole gamut of everything, no, because you're acting entitled. And being entitled, guess what? That's not being nice. So, you know, that doesn't work
That's your
either.
own selfish purpose.
Yeah. Like, no, this isn't you scratch my back, I'll scratch your thing. Just be nice. Just be
Yeah.
nice,
Yeah.
you
That's
know.
true. That's true. I
And
have encountered some really nice flight crew in some of my travels. Two of them were on international travels, and I actually went to like that company's website and wrote, comments about them and like just how I appreciated how helpful they were, because I was traveling, solo with kids.
mm,
And I feel like that's a really hard thing in itself with little kids. My kids were much smaller at the time, but to have like crew that was like, no, we'll help you. Like that's our job, and just
yeah.
super kind about it. Yeah.
And that actually goes a long way. I don't think people realize that when you actually, take the surveys after or when you call in, if you're able to even, mention us by name, that actually
Yeah.
goes a long way. Like, we are recognized by that, and for me, I can say that makes me want to do my job more. That's
Mhm.
encouragement. We all need encouragement regardless of what
Yeah.
you do. It's nice to know that you're appreciated. It's nice to know you're being recognized.
Yeah.
Um, so thank you, thank you. Just be nice, y'all. Just be nice. Gee, just be nice.
That's true. That's true. As you're traveling in the world, what else is new?
Girl, what else is new? Really nothing. Trying to get on a damn sleep schedule. That's the thing. Like having an unconventional job,
Hmm.
or I won't say job, having an unconventional schedule, you really, really, really have to be mindful about your health. You know, that's one
Hmm.
thing I will say. Like I really have been personally slacking on like my walking. Um Normally when I'm home, I'm walking 10,000 steps a day, you know. Um Consistently flying, being in the airport, being on the plane, I'm not getting the physical aspect and I'm not doing what I need to do. I really need to start utilizing like the hotel gyms. I really need
Hmm.
to, walk around, maybe even the areas and whatnot. Like even where I am today, I was saying earlier that I should have got out and walked. We have free bike rentals. I should have got on a
Oh
bike.
wow, that's
I should
cool.
have moved my body. And it's easy kind of to become complacent with those things, but um it's so important to take care. You say it all the time. You guys, Kelsey's constantly talking about, take care of your health, take care of your
Hmm.
body. And I can definitely say like I've been slacking. So that's something that I'm really trying to be mindful. Like, oh, you know what, hey, you sitting in the airport for, 2 hours, get up and walk around. Even if I'm just literally walking from one end of the terminal to the next in the end of the terminal, I need to move my body. You know,
Yeah,
I need to move
yeah,
my
that's
body. I
true.
need to, do something. I think we forget that health and wealth go together. Like
Hmm.
I
Hmm.
know we constantly talk about abundance, and most people always want to put it into a financial or monetary state, but it's like, no, you want to be abundant in your physical health. You want to be abundant in your mental health. You want to be
Yeah,
abundant in your spiritual health and your emotional health. Like, it's really, really important. The older I'm getting, it's like, nah, girl, you need to move your body. Go do some stretches, do your little push-ups. And like I did some push-ups in the room, it's
yeah,
like,
yeah, yeah. You
come
can't
on.
like, yeah, that's true. Especially as you get older, I definitely think it is easy to let other tasks or just be drained. Whatever it is, you just make an excuse for it, but you definitely have to get up and moving and doing stuff.
Yes.
Yeah, like you
Yeah,
said,
you got
something.
to. You have to.
Hmm.
It's like, I always be making fun, not making fun. That's not what I want to say. But I'm always like in awe of a lot of older people in Japan because they move. Like they
Yeah, that's
move.
true. They
If
do.
you
They
don't
do.
if you do not move your body, if you don't take care of your body is not going to be taking care of you the older you get, like you've really got to stay mobile. You got to stay doing something. I'm not saying I got to break out the Tybo tapes, although you know what, the Tybo tapes might be a good idea. I might have to do Billy Blood like 1, 2, 3, girl.
I remember that back in the
Girl,
day.
Tybo
The
kid.
village-
When my grandmother and my mother, they both had like I think I still have Tybo DVDs at the house. Now I think about it.
the Billy
I think I,
Blanks.
I think yes, girl. I think I found them at my grandmother's house,
Hmm.
and I
Hmm.
have brought them back to LA.
Okay. Okay. They
Y'all, I
traveled. They
might have to.
traveled across the
I,
country with you.
I might have to break out with a workout and get back on it. Because let me tell you, like in the 90s, if you're not, but for those of you who know, we would kill
Yeah.
ourselves in the living room. 1, 2, 3. I want to say there was a like ladies at our church. They had a little like workout fitness.
A
They
Tybro
was,
workout group?
girl, they was doing that. But when I tell 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
That's hilarious. But I can see it. I can see it. They get together because there is a Zumba group in the neighborhood here. The
Yeah.
older Japanese ladies get together at the like little neighborhood hall and they do Zumba. So
You
I
know
totally
what?
can see it.
I would
Yeah.
join the Zumba class. I would be like, come on,
I
Bata,
would
let's go.
too. Yeah.
Come
If I
on.
wasn't working during the time that they're doing, I would actually join
I
it, you
would
know.
do
Maybe in
Zumba.
the summertime if I have like some time off, I might do that. But
Girl,
yeah,
do it.
like
Do it. I
they
feel
have a little Zumba and you can hear the music playing and it's
like,
very uh Caribbean, Latin,
I love that.
sounding coming from there when I have been home like once or twice when they had it going on. But yeah,
See,
they do their Zumba.
I love that. That's because that sounds fun. Like for me, I
Mm-hmm.
don't like cardio, and cardio is
Mm.
very. If it's not walking, cardio is very difficult for me to be motivated to do. Like, so
Yeah.
it has to be something that is gonna get my attention. Like
Mm.
I like yoga, I like Pilates, I love weightlifting.
Yeah.
Weightlifting I'll do. Like you don't have to ask me, but freaking, I'm not a get on the elliptical, get on the stationary bike, get on a god the treadmill. Like, ugh, like I don't. It's no, no.
No.
I'm
Not.
not a runner. I'm not a track star. Like, no, I don't. No, it's got to be something that's going Zumba.
Yeah, definitely Zumba. I think that's a fun one. I've taken a couple of kickboxing classes and I really enjoyed that as well.
That's right.
Um, but it's good also to release stress when you're stressed about, particular people
That's very true. What has
or
legally blonde told
situations.
us?
Mhm.
When you
Yep.
exercise, it makes endorphins. Endorphins make you happy. Like, you
Yep.
know, there's so many benefits to being physical and taking care of your body. So, you
Yeah,
know,
yeah, yeah.
when you do your kickboxing, do they also teach you self defense in the kickboxing
No,
class? Okay.
not really. I mean, I guess you can take that. That's an aspect of it, maybe. Because you're learning how to like guard and, I guess basically not get hit. You
Okay.
know how to guard yourself. So I guess that
Okay.
could be an aspect of self-defense.
Hmm.
But not really. It's not self-defense in the sense of like, I guess like a taekwondo or like, like a jujitsu or something like that, where they would actually, I think, focus on maybe self-defense more. I'm just
Right.
not familiar
Right.
with all the different types of martial arts, but I feel like it's more just to learn the basics because I
Okay.
am still very beginner.
Okay.
And but I haven't been in a minute, so there's that for various reasons. But it is enjoyable, but I also sometimes feel like in those classes, how can I put it? I feel like there's some people that want to be like superstars
Okay.
and they really want to like look at me, no 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 no, like like they're really like, and
Yeah.
I'm not that person. I'm just there for the
I
stress
feel
and
like
physical fitness
that's
aspect of it. Stress relief and physical fitness.
yeah, that's every I don't want to say every class. I mean, even sometimes at work, like
Hmm, hmm.
you got that person who's just like, and I'm like, yeah, girl, can we go
You're
now?
really good. You're really good at it though. Like I'm not good at thinking of it in that moment. Afterwards, I'm just like, oh, I should have. But yeah, no. I mean, I think in that in some situations, not just in the gym, also in um, when Coral was in daycare, there were some moms like that as well, and I'm just like,
Mm,
this is a daycare, ma'am. We have jobs, and I think so when I go to the gym, I really just want to exercise. I don't want to get
right.
to know you. I'm not trying to be your friend. I know that sounds really bad. I just want to do what I came to do and then leave.
Yeah, I don't think it sounds bad at all. I mean, I think you have. in every culture, like when you think of like gym bro culture and stuff like that,
Yes,
you
yes,
have people
yes.
who are gym bros,
Yeah.
they meet their people at the gym. Oh yeah, that's my homie from the gym, and da 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 da. And then you have some people who are just like, I'm
And I
okay,
think I'm
done.
more that
Yeah.
person. So they kind of distract from they're not particularly gym bros, but there are those people. They're the
Mm.
people that are like, um, I really I want everyone, including the instructor, to focus on me. Look at me, you know, pick me. I guess maybe pick me is more of, and I'm just like,
Not the
why are
picking.
you still talking? Like, can we turn the music up? Um, Funny story. I once went to a yoga class, and I'm not a big yoga person only because I think the classes I've been to have not been good. I
Okay.
haven't had a good experience yet. So I went to a yoga class once, and the lady started singing along to the song at the end, and I was I was like, what in my mind? You know how you're supposed to, like, I guess meditate or just, like it's supposed to be calming. And
Yeah.
I don't remember the song. I could be wrong, but I want to maybe say it was like a Beyonce song. I could be wrong, but
Oh,
I don't remember the song. But whatever the song was, I was in my mind was like, "Why are you singing?
she was having
Stop!"
her debut, girl. She was like,
And I never
about
went back
to,
to that class ever again.
I'm about to meditate and put on a show. That's literally
Yes,
what she said she was gonna
she
do.
was at the front and she started singing and she was like, you can sing along if you want. And I was just like, no, because I feel like we shouldn't be having
No,
sing-alongs unless we're in the karaoke room. Like we did not come to yoga to sing along, and that was
no.
awkward. And
I
then
mean,
another
like,
time, yeah,
I could understand, like, oh, if the class is over
it was at the end of
and
the class for her sake. It was at the end of the class.
okay,
But I also was like, I cannot wait to get out of here. Like in my
uh,
mind, I was like,
but y'all
um,
are like still in position and whatnot, right? Like, yeah,
but
that's
it's
what
like
I'm saying. It's like I could understand
yeah,
if everybody's like, oh, namaste, and the song is on and you're walking out, you'd be like, oh, this is my jam, and that I could understand. But now
yeah.
I'm still in pose and you like, you must not know about me. I'm like, like, wait a second. My
It
chakra,
was
you
it
know?
was it was very much like how you just described it. And I was just like, okay. And
Yeah.
it didn't have anything to do with the song. It was just like, this is not really, like, what are we doing here? Okay, but it's almost over. But yeah,
What was
that was
everybody
interesting.
else
I think everybody was like just going with it because they liked her. I mean, she had a good personality. Uh,
doing? Oh.
yeah, I think they were like, to the left, and I was just like, okay. I don't remember. It was just, I remember that part. I don't even remember what she taught us in the lesson, but I just remember that at the end, and I was just like,
To the
no,
left,
ma'am.
to the left.
Yeah, I think they were all like that. It was a very mixed group, and I think they were maybe all
See,
beehive. I don't know.
now when I see you, I'm gonna be like, you must not know about me. You better be like, to the left, to the left. You better back me up, Kelsey. Be like, come on, girl.
So that was
Namaste.
crazy. It was just crazy. I was
Namaste.
namaste. That is your namaste for real. And then I went to hot yoga once, which I enjoyed, but if you have, like, at that time, the way my hair was, if any humidity got into it, it was gonna be a fro. And I remember I went in with straight hair and I came out with your hair.
Yeah.
Um and I think hot yoga is good. I did enjoy it, but there was this old man in there. The room is just very hot, and you have to replenish, drink a lot of water and whatnot. And the old man just kept farting. He kept
Oh,
farting.
oh,
He kept
Gigi.
farting and farting. Yeah, it was some Gigi, and he was just like boop boop boop. Every time. It didn't smell, luckily, but every time Gigi was like, you do a
Yeah,
different pose,
I
he was
mean,
like boop
the
boop
muscles
boop.
would. it happens.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
I'm a fan of Bikram. Like I like hot yoga. Um
Mm-hmm.
for whatever reason I find that I concentrate better when it's
Mm.
hot because it's almost like what's the Japanese thing where like like they'll like take the boys to like hiking and then they gotta stand under the waterfall and they gotta be like, it's not cold, it's not cold. Like, you know,
I don't know, because Shore hasn't told me about that. I think she would
it's
be very
like,
upset.
I can't forget it's some kind of thing.
I know
Um,
that they had like in elementary school, she said they had like the Jikoku shower, which is like the hell shower. And it's just like super freezing cold. And yeah, they had to get in that shower before they would go outside to the pool, which I
no, this is
was
something that it's like a
something different. A ritual.
I can yeah, some kind of like ritual. I remember seeing it when I was at my mother-in-law's one year, and it could have been something like an Iwate, but it's like, it's almost like it is some kind of like spiritual whatever. But basically,
Mm-hmm.
y'all, like these kids, like it's some kind of Buddhist or Shinto thing, and they hike these kids up the mountain or whatever, and it's this big ass cold ass waterfall, and the kids have to like chant, like they were literally under there
Oh no.
shaking and chanting, but it's supposed to be like you're separating your spirit from the body, the physical
Eh,
is your spiritual is supposed to transcend the physical. Like I can focus so solely, to say like it's not cold, like I don't feel it,
okay.
and I feel like for me, that's what Bikram would do. Like I was so hot, so sweaty, but for whatever reason, it would make me hyper focus on the poses, and I would
Mm.
actually do better. My endurance, that's what it is. It's like an
Endurance.
endurance
Okay.
kind of
An
thing.
endurance thing. I can see
Right,
that. Yeah. I mean, I did enjoy hot yoga more because I did feel like I was able to concentrate more, aside from the fact that the
right.
old man that was hard, he made
Diddy,
it
but
difficult. But
your
other than
body is
that,
so the body's
that's what
relaxed.
they said. They said like your body becomes so relaxed, like some people will fall asleep,
People
some
will fall
people
asleep.
well, fart.
They will
so,
fart. They will pass that
so I was
gas.
like,
They
this
will.
man just
That
booed. He just booed
I mean, it's
again.
a good thing, when you think about it, because you're relieving tension in the body. You're
Yeah.
relaxing it, which that's what you want. But yeah, Gigi just, and old people tend to fart a lot. Uh, I don't know. It's just. I'm probably gonna be a farter, y'all. I'm sorry if that's
You
not
don't have to say
sexy.
anything. You can just do it whenever. You don't have to be like discreet. You just like boop, boop, boop. I do look forward to being that age. Just being like, I don't care.
Yes. I agree with you. I want to be that. Like, I don't give a shit, baby. I'm not, and I see myself being like, I told Messiah, like, I feel like I'm going to be a cross between the Jennifer Lewis's character from Blackish, the grandmother, where like I'm talking about
Yes, I love her.
and drinking my wine,
Mm-hmm.
singing, singing my hymns, but yeah, I'm
Yes,
still like, dating Mr. Johnson down the road, like
yes.
love him and leave him, he was getting on my nerves. Praise Black Jesus. Like I feel like that.
Every time I was Black Jesus, I died because my favorite Jesus is like the little baby Jesus, the
Yes.
cute one in the
Yes.
manger. But the Black Jesus is also the Black Jesus. When
It
you
makes
say a
me
Black
better.
Jesus or like a
Little black baby Jesus. That's
a Black
that's what
baby Jesus,
girl. My
girl, top tier,
wine,
top tier.
baby Black Jesus, Mr.
Mm-hmm.
Johnson up the road. Now I done left Mr. Johnson up the road to whatever. talking to my grandkids like, baby, your mama don't know what she's talking about.
Yeah.
And farting. That's literally like my goal.
And the farting is gonna be
They're
there.
like, Mama, did you fart? I sure
Messiah's just gonna walk by and be like,
I
Mama, did you
sure did.
fart?
Pass me that wine. Like, yes, I did fart. Pass me that wine. You know, like that's my
I love
goal.
it. That's what I wanna envision for myself as well. And just wear
Yeah.
whatever you want. I mean, I
Yep.
kind of do that now anyways, but
Right.
I do like the Osaka Obasans, the ones that like have like the full on leopard print, pink hair, purple
Mhm.
hair. They just don't care. They be loud. I love it. I love it. So
But I love that. Like I find that and it's so funny. I think I had posted something like this on Instagram today, like saying that
mhm.
like I love being in my 40s. Like
Yeah, yeah.
I've never been somebody to specifically a woman. Like my mom always was, I don't want to say she was always hung up on her age, but she would always be like, oh, I'm 44, knowing damn well she was like 58, and it's like, like,
Well, life
mommy,
don't crack. So
you know, but I've never been somebody to shy away from getting older because I always felt like older was a blessing, like
yeah, yeah.
I'm, I done outlived like Amy Winehouse almost two times now. When I think about stuff like that, it's like I done outlived Jimi Hendrix like two times right now.
Yeah, that's very
So
true.
getting older for me is a blessing, but I think also at this point in my life, I really feel like I'm really coming into my womanhood where
Mm,
before I would be very apprehensive to say things or not having that security or and now I'm just like, do you know who I am? Like I feel like I've gained um confidence, the older that I've gotten, where I can see myself being like the Osaka Obacha. I'm like, nah, I'm
mm.
wearing what I want to wear. I'm doing what I want to do. As long as I'm not hurting nobody and nobody's hurting me, I'm
Yeah,
good. And I feel like my younger self wasn't as confident at all. Or
that's very true.
doing things to because I have to do this to be a good daughter, I have to do this to be a good granddaughter, or just not being true to myself, like, oh, what are people gonna think, what are people gonna say, that kind of thing, and constantly worrying about approval, you know
Yeah,
um,
for sure. I mean, I think that's something that I wish it was a lesson we could learn early in life, or we could just be born not really. There are some people that are born that way that
yeah,
just don't. They're just like, I'm gonna
yes,
do what I want to do. And I'm always like, wow, I love that,
right,
I just wish that was a lesson that yeah, definitely we could learn early on, like you said, because now I'm at the say, no, I'm not gonna do it. I'm not. Sometimes I still feel the need to be nice about it, but most of the time, no.
right. Right. And it takes time. We talk about this all the time that, you have to reparent yourself. You have to
Mhm.
relearn things, and
Yeah.
it takes time. I think what I am grateful for is the lessons that I'm learning now and implementing now. I'm really teaching that to my kids. Like I'm
Mhm.
really very set on, encouraging my kids when they really love something, or not pressuring them, being like, oh, you got to be a doctor or a lawyer, you have no other choice in a black household, and if you don't do those two things, um my son, he's not a sports kid, um he's not, but he is a musician, he is an artist, and I encourage him. I'm like, okay, this is what you
Yeah.
want to do. I'm going to support you. I'm going to encourage you, but I'm also going to um, make sure that you can be as successful in that field as possible. So let's look at all of your options. Let's look at how you can support yourself. Let's look at the business aspect of it. Do you want to be, a studio musician? Do you want to be someone who plays in the Philharmonic? Do you want to
Mm,
write music? Do you want to, and what kind of music do you want to write? Do you want to make hits? Do you want to write film scores? Do like encouraging my kids, like
yeah.
I feel like again, these are lessons that I don't want to say I learned too late, but it was like I learned these lessons later. So now that I know them, what do we say? You know better, you do
You do
better.
better.
I'm passing that on to them. So that
Yeah,
way
definitely.
they don't learn those lessons late in life. I mean, if they do, they do, but at least I got a heads up, at least you can
Yeah.
be like, well, mommy did tell me, mommy did say, she was right about blah blah blah, which I normally am right about blah blah blah, but my mommy.
Yeah, that's very true. That's very true. I think that's something that I definitely don't want to discourage is to like enjoy what you do something you love. It doesn't have to be your hobby, but definitely pursue what your interests are at at no concern to what other people,
Right,
think
right.
or are doing at the time. So I feel you on that. I feel you on that 110%. I feel you on that. I don't know. Be that old lady in that yoga. Boop, and next pose.
Oh, Gigi and your farts. Oh, Gigi. God
Yeah,
bless.
that was interesting. I was like, oh. So, I mean, I think at the end of the day, um, it's just, another day.
Just another day. Another gas filled day, y'all. It's another gas day. Billy Blanks. One, two, three.
I know. You know what? I think that I could be wrong, but I feel like Billy Blanks that he lives in Japan, maybe. I think he.
But he lived in LA. Cause I swear
I could
somebody
be
saw him. But he
confused.
could. We'll have to look it up.
Yeah,
Um
I could be
some
confused. I know one of those video
somebody
exercise
yeah,
guys, yeah, had like,
somebody lived in LA. Cause I wanna say like they made they did a TikTok or something. Something.
mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
And I was like, oh my gosh. I was like, gotta get those Tybo tapes back out. Gotta get these high kicks. Killing myself in the living room. Killing
But
myself in
those
the
videos did work. They worked really
They
well.
worked. They
Yeah.
worked. You know.
It's just now I guess people don't have VHS players. I think my dad has the only one. Do you have one?
No, girl. But I think
Yeah.
my grandmother has one. She has one of those DVD VHS combo TVs. I think it was.
Oh, okay.
Um, but I want to say I looked up like a workout session on YouTube, and I was like, oh my gosh, it's the whole thing. And it was so funny because I was remembering like the people. I was like, oh yeah, it
Yeah.
was like Harry. I think that was his wife, that white lady with the abs. Her abs was like, yeah, she was
I'm glad
killing
that
it
you know
every
the
time.
people's names.
Like, I think that was her name, Terry. I remember that tall black girl, her body was banging. Like she had an overbite, but man, her body was bad. No shade to the overbite, y'all.
I don't remember any of the people other than
I
him.
remember, yo. Like I was into it. I was like, ooh, I want to be like the black girl because her body is banging. Terry got the abs. She was like, I'm like, ooh. I was like, I hate her hair, but because her hair always looked crunchy, like it was short and crunchy. She was always like, yeah. I was like, everybody was always glistening and sweaty by the end of it. I'm like, yeah, I gotta be
Do you
glistening.
I think we need to do some research and find out
We
where they are now.
do.
We find out what they're up to and where they
I'll
are
be
now.
the Tybo revitalization
Mm-hmm.
podcast workout so we could all get it together. I feel like I want to do that at work. Like I want to Just be like, hey, we're all on airport standby. We have access to the gym over at TWA. Why don't we all just do the Taibo in the corner for like 30 minutes and then go shower?
I bet some people would join you, or some
I
people be
feel
like,
like
this
someone
is so
would.
crazy.
I
Yeah,
would
but
love
still, I think,
that.
yeah, no, I think that would be kind of dope.
I would love that.
Um, we have like a walking challenge at my job, and like steps. It's you basically, different teams that they've created for the globally for the company, and then we have to input our steps that we get, and it's been kind of good because I never really kept track of my steps.
Yeah.
I know that like some phones do, but sometimes you don't always have your phone with you. So I bought like a pedometer, like a little cheap one off
Mm,
Amazon, and started using that. And then I noticed like throughout the day, I sit a lot.
a lot.
So I have to get up and walk. Like I have to get up and walk.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. So, but maybe I'll suggest we do like a Taibo workout.
I like the Taibo workout. One, two.
Yeah. Or the Billy Blanks or something. Yeah. That would be
Double time.
funny.
And do, 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 do.
That sounds wild. That sounds wild.
Jeez.
It is
Uh,
crazy. Well, I guess the okazu for today is I know you're in a hotel room.
I am.
We're not even related to anything that we talked about, but just like your hotel, your top hotels that you've stayed in so far, and like what makes a good hotel for you, because you're always in a hotel.
I am always in a hotel. So wow, that's hard. Um I don't I can't think of like my top ones, but I'll say this is what I always look for
Mm-hmm.
um in a hotel. Um and there's some people they don't like the hotels at all. Like they're like, no, I want to get home, I want to get to my bed. I like a
Yeah,
hotel, y'all. I do.
yeah.
I like a hotel. Obviously, number one for me, it's gotta be clean. Clean.
Mm-hmm.
Clean. Um, we've definitely been in situations where like we've come in, the room wasn't clean, like, and I'm like, what the
I've
hell?
experienced that
Right
too.
back
Yeah.
downstairs to the desk, like, excuse me. Or even going into the hotel, like the hotel's a little bit dated or it smells like mildew, and it's just like, what the hell we
Ugh.
gotta, I'm like, what y'all gotta stay in at? Like, we gonna get murdered? What is this, so always number one, clean. Number two, bed has to be comfortable. The
Uh,
bed should feel like a damn cloud, like, and it is because I think sometimes for us we have, short layovers where all you can do, you've been working, all you literally can do is shower, eat a little something to sleep, and that's it. And then guess what, you're
mhm.
back at it and going. So proper rest and being able to achieve proper rest,
Yeah,
that's
that's important.
I think my third one, a hotel that got free breakfast. A
My
hotel.
parents, my parents love a free breakfast. I don't think they ever stay at places that don't have free breakfasts.
So I'm like that when I travel with the kids.
That
Any
makes
place,
sense.
any
Yeah, that
place
makes
that
sense.
I book, and let me give a shout out to Shannon. Shannon used to work in my airline. She was at the gate at the counter. Um, Such a wonderful lady. And she
Sure.
would always say that because at the time, Yui was a baby when I started. Um, Literally, and she would always say, well, when you travel, she was like, book a hotel with free breakfast. She was like, that way your kids can eat. That's one
Yeah,
less thing that you have to worry about. Sometimes you could take, like a muffin or an apple or a banana with you,
that is true.
not
I agree
for
with
the day.
that.
So
Yeah, for
from
sure.
then on, I am always looking for a place that offers free breakfast. Always. I'm always looking
Yeah.
for a place that offers free breakfast. That's, um obviously the older that they've gotten, For the most part, it's also, kind of convenience to, whatever city we're in, X, Y, and
Yeah.
Z. But when I tell you that was one of the best pieces of parental advice I ever got, because it saves you money because you're
Yeah.
not eating out. Um, and then two, it's like, yeah, it's like that starts your day off. Like, even if we're not going out right away, okay, everybody's got something in their stomach, we've
Mhm.
eaten, you don't feel as sluggish. And but yeah, those are my top three: clean, a comfortable ass bed, and a free breakfast. Yeah, like,
Yeah.
I'm good. I'm
And you're
good, you know.
Yeah, yeah. I agree with that, definitely. Like that makes a lot of sense. Clean, definitely any place clean.
Yeah.
Um Comfortable, I think I've only experienced like one or two times, but it's always in foreign countries where the bed wasn't comfortable.
Really?
Like when we stayed in Korea in Jeju, the bed was like I think I was laying on a brick. I think they had put bricks there. It
That
was
part. I've
yeah.
definitely been in, like, yeah, hotels here where it's just like, you get ready to go on the bed and the bed is like boom, and you like, oh my god. You be like, what is this? What
Yes, yes.
is this?
It was like
You
that. It
know,
was like that. I was like, "Oh
wake up,
dear."
your back hurt and stuff, or some people will complain that the bed is too
It's too
soft,
soft. Yeah,
like, oh
yeah.
my gosh, the bed was too soft, my back, that's why I always it has to be comfortable. I need a
Yeah.
comfortable bed.
I
You know,
think it's, everybody's different, but yeah, I totally agree with that. Like if it's hard, too soft. I've never had too soft, but I've had like, oh dear.
girl, like,
Bricks in my back.
military hot. That's what I
Yes,
thought
I
it
think that's
was.
what they wanted me to experience. They were like, you guys don't have mandatory military service in America, so we're gonna give it to you here on this
That's
vacation.
literally what it felt like. Like, I'm like, why
Yes.
is it so damn hard or
It was
spring,
so
or
hard.
like, it just be like, the hell is this? Like,
Yeah.
ugh,
So
that's
I get that, but definitely the free breakfast, it does make sense because like you said, so everybody can get something. With kids, my mom always gets like a banana or a muffin. She's like, you can
yep,
eat it later. Because
yep.
I noticed like breakfast is my favorite type of food to eat. Like I
Mm,
love breakfast food, but I'm not always up to eating breakfast in the
in
morning,
the morning.
And
Mm,
so if I can get me a good cup of coffee or a cup of tea
right,
and then like a muffin or a piece of fruit, then that's good. And then later
right,
on, I'll definitely, rely on that banana or that apple
right.
to tide me over until lunchtime. But yeah, that makes a lot of sense with kids because my parents did that all well when I was little. We always ate places that had free breakfast,
Yeah.
you
I
know.
like it too, also, depending on the location where I'm at. Um,
Mm-hmm.
because if they have a good breakfast, and let me tell you, I've had the gamut of, I literally have a 5-star breakfast, or I have,
Ooh.
the Holiday Inn Continental, cereal coming out the dispenser, kind of breakfast. When you're at a location where the actual seating area for the breakfast is really nice, I've
Yeah.
noticed it's a thing where it kind of sets the tone for the day,
Yep.
because I'm able to go in, get my little bit of fruit, like you said, have a cup of tea. I'll sit. Sometimes I'll bring my journal. I'll sit out there and
Yeah,
learn.
yeah.
Like, it
It'll
really
set the mood. Yeah.
it'll really start the day, especially on a layover, like where, we may have had like a crazy flight, like,
Yeah.
nuts, and you're able to, like, by the time you get to the hotel, like I said, all you want to do is sleep, eat something, go to bed, have a nightcap, whatever. The next morning, it kind of is a reset, which is
Mm-hmm.
so nice, especially, like I said, if it's in a beautiful destination, or if they have a really amazing breakfast, it really does just, like, I'll literally sit down there until it's like close, like, okay, ma'am, you gotta go. I'm like, oh, I gotta go back to this room. I was just enjoying myself, and a lot of times I'll be by myself, you know, just sitting
Yeah.
there enjoying the ambiance, enjoying the food, and just it's almost like a bit of a meditation, like really being grateful for what I'm eating, being conscious of what I'm putting in my body, just all
Mm-hmm.
right, this is what I'm gonna set the tone for the day. This is what I'm gonna do for the day. It's what I need to do when I get back home. Like, I don't know. I love it, y'all. I love it. I
Yeah.
love a hotel
Well,
breakfast.
be prepared for that, not experiencing that when you come over here, because
I
the
know.
breakfast over here is very different. It's
It's
not
very
bad, but I
different.
mean, it's just
Oh no, you
very
know what?
different.
This next time I want to say I did book a place that offers breakfast.
Breakfast? Okay.
We only did it one other time when we came. Oh God. Oh, when? Oh, when I think it was when Messiah's Shichigosa. So Lord, this is years ago. Um,
Mm.
but the hotel was new. Like, it was
Uh-huh.
brand new. They had just opened this in Roppongi. I never forget it because the hotel was gorgeous, but like where we were, it was like overlooking the cemetery,
Oh,
and
wow.
and they, and to this day, Masai was like, "Oh my gosh, the cemetery! We can go talk to the dead people." Like, we're like up on like the 12th floor, and he's like,
That's so funny.
"Wow!" Like, okay,
That's wow. That's
like
wow.
only
A
my
lot of people
child.
they don't want to be in places like that are near cemeteries or
Yeah,
overlooking. I mean, probably in the States too, I guess.
yeah,
But
but
you
that's the
can,
thing. Even now, like when I had tried to rebook it, I think for March,
is it
sold
full?
out. Like, but it's the
Yeah. So it's
location.
probably really good
It's the
location.
location. It has one of those rooftop onsens
Oh,
there.
nice.
Um, like I said, it had the breakfast.
Yeah.
And it was like right. It was like right by. Like, it was like a 2-minute walk to the station. I want to say on the
Wow.
Hibiya. So I get it. I know why people are booking it. And I definitely know why foreign people are booking it because it's convenient.
Yeah.
It's nice. It's stylish. You're right in the city. You're right in a prime area where you have a lot of foreigners and convenient. I get it. I get it. I know why it's always booked. Japanese people might not want to stay there, but the foreign population just they won't
It's
go away.
definitely. Yeah.
Won't
Yeah.
leave. So,
Mm.
you
Well,
know.
hotel breakfast is cleanliness and comfortable beds. So there you have it. That's what we're
Have
looking
it,
for.
y'all.
There we have it. There we have it. Okay. I mean, until the next time, safe travels for sure. Because I know you're on that plane in the friendly skies.
Yeah, I am, y'all. Yeah, I am.
So take care of
Listen,
yourself. And I just hope that we have only good experiences while you're working and lots and lots and lots of safety. Yeah.
aw, thank you, girl. Thank
Yeah. Just all the time I think about that in the air when you're up in the air. It's more likely that you'll have a car crash than any sort of thing that could happen in the
yeah.
air. But I always want to, wish you to be safe while you're out there.
Thank you,
Friendly
girl.
skies.
Your thoughts, your prayers, they cover me.
Mhm. Yep, yep,
And
yep,
I'm
yep.
grateful for them. Thank you. Thank you. Aw, until next time. Now we all warm and fuzzy, y'all.
We are. We're like
Don't
warm
keep
in our
be
feels for
safe,
real.
y'all. Be safe. Be
Yes.
safe.
Until
Be
next
safe.
time, everybody stay safe. Be kind to your cabin crew, to the people that help you while you're in the friendly skies. Even before you get in the friendly skies, at the ground, at the check-in, be kind. It only takes a few extra seconds to be nice to people.
Exactly, y'all. Don't be an asshole. And that's my sign off for
And that's
Margaritaville.
it. And please have a margarita before you leave Margaritaville.